Hello again, everybody. We are live once again from the Federation National event in Orlando, Florida. By the looks of it, many of you have seen the Facebook live video that we did last night from an impromptu vigil that took place out of the group here who held a vigil at the Pulse nightclub here in Orlando. I am here with a group of people that were in attendance at the vigil, and I'm going to let them talk to you and tell you who they are and just some of their thoughts and reflections after that experience yesterday afternoon. So let me turn the camera, and let's start with
Donna Howard. I'm a consociate with the St. Paul Province Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet.
And tell us a little bit about what it was like and why you wanted to be a part of that vigil yesterday.
Well, it was powerful on many levels for me. One, growing up in a very small town where Catholicism really was a community that represented itself by who it excluded rather than who it included. And so getting to know the Sisters of St. Joseph when I started working at St. Kate's really helped me understand the social justice aspect, and to have the sisters be such strong advocates and allies was really powerful. To be in that moment in a religious community that excluded me and caused a lot of internalized homophobia, which I don't think we've talked much about that with a potential cause of this whole massacre was the internalized homophobia, possibly of the shooter. And so it was just extremely powerful, not to mention the enormity of the grief and the loss of life and loss of potential and the love that was present there was a sign that said the world is a better place because you were here and you loved, and just extremely powerful.
Great, thank you. Michelle, who are you? Where are you from?
Michelle Moran, consociate at the St. Paul Province in Minnesota. Profoundly moving experience for me to be there yesterday. I have for many years worked on a working group of the Justice Commission, now a task group, to combat homophobia and heterosexism in our community in St. Paul, in our province at large, in the congregation, and everywhere. And to anyone who thinks we don't need to have a presence anymore because, you know, there's gay marriage and there are all these protections, it's still so important for everyone who feels marginalized in any way by a faith community, ours or theirs, for us to be present to the pain and suffering of the people in Orlando, all of their families and friends, and to be a presence in the world of inclusive love for all people, especially those people still feeling in the margins. So, yeah.
Michelle, what struck you with, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I was just thinking as you were talking about all the signs and the cards and the posters and things were there. Did anyone stand out with you?
Well, we read the names of all the victims of the shooting, and I intentionally chose a young woman's name, so I was looking very intentionally for her memorial. But very heartfelt and touching, everything from T-shirts and flowers and coffee cups and teddy bears and just everything you can imagine to mark the loss of those lives. Very, very touching. And while we were there, this great thunder and lightning in the sky, and then after we had concluded, a rainbow, which really felt like a sign for us. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Hello, Lois.
Hi, I'm Lois. I'm from St. Paul, and I'm a consociate. And why I was there last night was to stand in solidarity with the loss and the celebration of the lives of the people. And I read a gentleman's name. His name was Peter Gonzalez Cruz, 22. And to stand there in solidarity with the Sisters of St. Joseph, the Partners in Justice, the consociates, the associates, and know that I was standing with a community of people who believe in loving God and the dear neighbor without distinction. It was very powerful. And to be a part of a large group of people. I mean, there are lots of us here, but there were 56 people there last night who stood in that same truth, who live and believe it in every aspect of who they are, to love God and the dear neighbor without distinction. And so often the GLBTQI community is isolated and pushed aside and politicized and whatever. But last night it felt like we were all connected, that we were all one. We were all the dear neighbor, and with the young men and women that lost their life a month ago today.
That's right. Today is the 1 month anniversary. Thanks for pointing that out. And you are?
Hi, my name is Anika Fernandez, and I am here from Los Angeles, California, and I'm on the advisory council for the St. Joseph the Worker program in Los Angeles. And our St. Joseph the Worker programs serve in the charism of the Sisters of St. Joseph as a one-year program in honor of serving the dear neighbor without distinction. And so to be here in Orlando and to go to the Pulse nightclub and represent that charism as an advisory council member alongside the sisters and our program members was really, really important. In my work with young people, I want all of our young people to know that they're loved, and that all of our young people that I do every day in my work, that love is love. And so to be here in Orlando was really important for me to be there, for me to spend time alongside the sisters, to know that the charism is part of my work as a layperson that works alongside the sisters. And so it was important to be there, and an incredibly powerful moment to experience.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Bridget.
Yes, hello, my name is Bridget Kelly, and I'm a partner in mission with the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet. I work with the St. Joseph Worker Program in St. Paul. And it was powerful to be with this community at the Pulse nightclub. And I think so important to me was to have my eyes open and to be witness and to celebrate people's lives. As an ally, I want to be part of the healing in Orlando, but everywhere. And a lot of people, I think, were affected deeply, as I was, and I think I'm still processing a lot of it. But to be there and with intention, and to be a prayerful witness there, it was so powerful. And really, the sacred space that it was for the people that were there, and to honor that, it was really meaningful to be a part of a group that was honoring the sacred space that was there before, and the loss of life that was horrifically taken. So to me, it was just about presence and about being there and about honoring and witnessing and celebrating people's lives.
Thank you for sharing that. I thought I saw somebody walk up behind me.
She's right behind you.
Julie, step forward, front and center. This is Julie. Julie, can you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit where you're from,
Yes.
and why you're here, and just
Yeah.
maybe some thoughts and reflections on the vigil last night.
Okay, sure. Julie Firch, Sister of St. Joseph. I was born in Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. I found the experience at Pulse last night to be so moving, so meaningful. I just feel that we must really stand in solidarity at this time with our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters, and just at this time, I feel that they are the vulnerable, they are the marginalized, they are people that need our support, and we're all human beings, you know. We're brothers and sisters on this journey, and anything that I can do to to say that I stand in solidarity with you, I want to do. And just when there was this giant thunderclap a couple times in the middle of that prayer, and I just started sobbing, just because I just felt so surrounded by God and so surrounded by the people that were killed, and I just felt like there was such a oneness, and whatever I can do as a person, as a woman, as a sister of St. Joseph, as a member of this human global family, to say that I am with you on the journey. I'm suffering with you. I stand with you. I am on this road with you. Then that's what I want to do. So, and then at the end of the prayer, there was this rainbow, and again, just feeling so accompanied, and feeling like we did something for our world today that was like made God proud, or reverence, like really reverence the people who were killed and their families. Just anything that we could do to be about something like that, to really stand for love. That's what I want to be about.
That's wonderful.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sister Julie. I want to thank all of you. Maybe you can stand together as a group over there so I can get you in frame here. I really want to thank all of you for sharing your thoughts. And I'm glad that somebody mentioned that today is the 1-month anniversary from the tragic shooting at the Pulse nightclub. And we are here with the Sisters of St. Joseph, the associates, Agrégé, ministry partners and affiliates in Orlando, and glad that we could be with all of those who were so greatly affected by that tragedy last night at the Vigil. And if you're watching and if you have not seen the post on the Federation Facebook page, there is a video of the entire Vigil there, so you can take some time and watch that, and you can get to experience a little bit of what took place yesterday for yourselves. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank all of you for joining us. Bye-bye.